Are you going to go home during the coming holiday? It's clearly not true, just a cook and bull story. I can't help admiring him in spite of his faults. If you can't lend me the money, I think I'll ask Fred. Don't bother for less than me. Traveling by air is not cheap, neither it is interesting. What time did you wake up this morning? I was driving to work when I had a puncture. There are more football teams in Bristol than in any other city I know. Let him do it himself. I am doing a test. There's a buffalo in the garden. What? You shall have some ice cream when you finish your dinner. In August, he will be working for 25 years. Modern buildings should blend with surrounding area. I called on her yesterday. She was cooking a meal at that. I saw him shot dead by the soldier. He doesn't need to come here himself. His ambition had always been to become an architect. I want him to go and buy these newspaper right now. A football team is composed of 11 people. What does the letter say? Enclosed is the 1 to 20 form that you requested from the University of Tennessee. It's very good of you to help us. When I was a girl, I preferred tea to coffee. The air of the hill is cooler than it of plains. I'm afraid I've broken your umbrella. Don't worry about it. Each of the girl has a lot of toys. There is one TV program which is above all others. You'll fail the test if you're not careful. It was in this house that I was born. Don't do that. I told him not to do that. We're waiting for an answer to our letter. Kate is pretty but not so pretty as Jenny. Modern architecture, in many cases horribly ugly. The weather has been bad this week. Next week it will probably even worse. Who are those people? She has her own friend, she doesn't want ours. I'd like him to bring me a packet of cigarettes. This town was founded by the Queen. They will certainly come if you call them. What exactly do you want? I would like to see you do a good job on this project. What a surprise to see you here. We all went to the cinema last night. Comets are rarely bright enough to be seen with the naked eyes. At what time does the lesson start? Could you tell me where I am? I lost. The headmaster made several announcements. You look tired. Well, it was such a long test that I feel like going to bed. Since the beginning of the storm, several trees have fallen down. Can you see any people in the shop? Only a few. The thief was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment. Have you read this new book? Yes, it's much more interesting than his first 4 books. I'm sick, but my sister is well. Where are the children's books? Do you like your new job? Yes, but my employer insists that I have been on time. My sister and I live quite near at each other. I really want to make peace with my enemies. Was your house painted last year? They went by train from Hanoi to Hue. He doesn't like table tennis at all. You had better work harder. We hear you went to Canada 3 days ago. Stop making such a terrible noise, please. Thunder often threatens small girls. Who's been sleeping in my bed? One man asked. When he got home, he turned on the radio. I always leave half an hour early. Shall I take you to the station? Would you like me to take you to the station? Most students have been working hard for the last few weeks. She arranged for a neighbor to look after the house while she was away. Between ourselves, Jack's brother is a drug addict. There's a leak in my water pipe. I'll have to call the plumber. I have drunk 4 bottles of beer. I was at home all day yesterday. The students are having a party this evening. We got only a little butter. Did you see the moon last night? Now I get used to working at night. Has Oliver telephoned since I came back to the office? That was happened in 2016. He hasn't made up his mind yet. Where do you go? Before we finished the exercise, he told us to put away our books. This fruit is very dear. When he turned the corner, a brick fell on his head. If you don't want that, take another. She walk across the road without looking. Think of yourself, if not of another. I will get off at the next bus stop. Do your husband spend Christmas with you? I think she is typing letter in her room now. I like watching TV, so does my sister. The bad weather resulted in the plane being delayed. There isn't enough sugar left. After closing the envelope, the secretary stuck the stamps on firmly. The children usually wake up early in the summer. In some country today, there's only one party at elections. No choice at all. Of all the country I visited, I like Canada best. Look. Now they are watching TV again. He is going to lie down. I thought you brought a new pen yesterday. Yes, I did, but I've left it at home. Can I borrow yours for a moment? I thought you said she was going away this summer. Do you think we all created equal? No, not at all. Your explanation does not sound reasonable. What are you working on? If my sister goes, so will I. Are you going to the theater? Jupiter spin faster than any other planes. She can't swim and I can't either. This car is too expensive for us to buy. We are not that rich. The final performance of the play will take place on Saturday. We visit a village found in 1980. These interested in the post of assistant manager requested DTO apply in person. Famine occurs when all the people in an area have hardly any food. Every means has been considered. You can stay here so long as you don't make a loud noise. I told them about it, but no one listening. When I see Barbara in the street, she always smiles at me. I went to Madrid and stayed with friends. We live in Brighton, England. Our house is on High Street. The disease spread widely all over the country. I suggest that XO go to see Oliver. We are too late. The plane took off 10 minutes ago. Why do you want me to pass you the key? It won't be exist for long. I listened to the Prime Minister's speech very carefully. Where have you been last night? The police haven't found the car yet. Is there any interesting news in today's newspaper? What about the radio this morning? Most exhibitions are like huge marketplace in order to sell goods. These are often called trade fairs. Let's go to the new movie, Spider-Man. Thanks, but I have seen it yesterday. Where has he been? My little sister. Sharing a flat with someone else is cheaper than living in your own. Do you usually have boiled rice for breakfast? He was robbed of all his money. How long will have you been working here by the end of this month? Is this lesson important? It's important enough to be learned. The motor car has had an enormous effect on daily life in North America. He is looking forward to meeting with his old friends. The fewer bag you take, the less trouble you will take. When do you usually arrive at the office? He treat all his children alike. Don't talk to me now, I'm trying to concentrate. Don't talk to me now, I'm trying to understand what I is reading. I don't think we are on the right road, we had better ask someone. He spent all this time sleeping. I live about 20 kilometers away from here. Strike while the iron is hot. We hear the hotel by the hour. They were walking on tiptoe past the director's room. They went from one shop to each other. I haven't got anything for you. The development of new crop strains has greatly increased yields. Our people began this flight in 2016. I haven't met him today yet. They got married in church last year. I don't think he likes flour very much. I'm expecting of an answer to my letter. She often wished that she could ride bicycle. I often spend 2 hours doing my homework. One of the window of my house is very hard to open. He has a wide experience of marketing in UK. He has lived in Peru for 1 year, but he doesn't understand Spanish. Boys in the art class were doing self-portraits by looking at themselves in the mirror. Have you read today's newspaper? I'll come to give you my present at 12. That will be too late.